Democratic Congressman Eugene Vindman of Virginia.
Congressman, thanks for being with us. Democracy Docket laid out the stakes of what's happening in Virginia like this. They write the immense stakes: control of the U.S. House, the ability to check Trump's agenda, and a broader fight over Democrats' response to aggressive GOP map drawing in states like Texas and Florida. Is that how you see the stakes, sir?
Well, first of all, Lisa, thank you for having me. Look, the stakes couldn't be higher, and I'm really glad that President Obama is out there educating voters about the stakes and the fact that we only have a few days left to vote. If you're tired of the chaos, the corruption, the cruelty of this administration, if you're tired of the president taking us to war or jacking up gas prices or imposing tariffs, this is the opportunity to stop that. For Virginians, we can vote in the next few days to stop the president's power grab and set the conditions to win the House of Representatives. It's an enormous responsibility. It's an enormous opportunity. And I will tell you, Virginians are excited, and that enthusiasm is building.
Yeah, that enthusiasm, Congressman, I think is both opportunistic and at times worrisome, particularly for the folks who are trying to execute the strategy and get the voters to the polls to vote literally and by mail and other means. Early vote over 1.1 million early voters so far, which is a good sign. USA Today, though, talked about this election having a much wider impact, noting redistricting is a process that typically occurs every decade after a census. So Virginia's highly public mid-decade redistricting push that has attracted support from former President Barack Obama, which we just heard, is quite uncommon, said Jared McDonald, assistant professor of political science at the University of Mary Washington. But it's linked to a broader political battle by both sides for representation in national government that has broken norms around congressional map making. I want to be clear here, and I understand the reporting and the nature of this, but this was not something that both parties decided to do. This was started and instigated by one party, right, in the state of where? California, right? And so this idea that now the Democrats have decided to, okay, you want to engage? Let's engage. And they're finding their legs to do it successfully, somehow now looks to be getting a little bit of the blame for why we're suddenly having these term redistricting. No, this is because Republicans tried to game the system. And among other Republicans, tried to tell them it wasn't going to work.
Absolutely, Michael, you're right. Look, Texas was the first shot across the bow. And the president called his minions in the Texas legislature and then in Missouri and Ohio and other places across the country to steal the midterms. He knew how unpopular his policies were. California responded with a referendum where the people got to choose. Virginia is doing the same. The people are getting to choose, and the people are coming out in droves because they're tired of the chaos, the cruelty, and the corruption. Those are the 3 C's of the Trump administration. The 4th C, costs, because he promised to lower costs. He's skyrocketed them with gas prices increasing, with his tariff policies. People are tired of that chaos and that cruelty and the corruption. And it's corruption. This gerrymandering effort in Texas, in Ohio, in Missouri, and other places, that is corruption, too. It's not just the president and his family personally benefiting from the office of the president. And so, again, tremendous energy and enthusiasm. We have to go out and vote. Everybody else has 6 months to wait before they get their voices to be heard. In Virginia, the time is now. Dump Trump, vote yes. And I also want to wish, before we get off, a happy birthday to my press secretary, who's doing a fantastic job. She turned 25.
Happy birthday, dear press secretary. But I want to ask you, Congressman, if you see any merit to the argument that's being some of the concerns being articulated by opponents of the redistricting gambit and Republicans in particular, who have said that by going through with something like this in a purple, light blue state where 46% of voters voted for Donald Trump in 2024, that Virginian voters will ultimately feel like something unfair happened and that it could have some sort of backlash to Democrats?
Absolutely not. It's the voters that get to decide. In places like Texas and Missouri, Ohio, and other places, it's backroom deals. And so the voters will decide in just a few short days. I sense enormous energy and enthusiasm. And frankly, there's a lot of hypocrisy from my Republican colleagues. They didn't utter a peep about the president going to Texas and saying, I need 5 votes. And I'm sure next week, when in Florida, Governor DeSantis is already proposing a special session to redistrict in Florida, there won't be a peep. They only care about their jobs. It's hypocritical. This is about representation, Virginians having a voice. You know, the president divides this country into red Americans and blue Americans, Republican Americans, Democratic Americans. And if Virginians don't go out and vote, then their representation will be lost. And so it's a critical opportunity to go out and vote. Stop Trump, don't Trump, vote yes.